Hello everybody, it's Ken Faulkner, or as bees would say, Ken Faulkner. Anyway, we got another, it's kind of a series, it's kind of a thing that I've been doing lately, where I'm buying knives from companies that I've been thinking about buying for a long time and I just haven't, for whatever reason. And it's crazy it's taken me this long to pick up a Finch knife. And part of the reason why I did it is because of this guy, Austin, over at TPK, Traditional Pocket Knives. He really came through for me when I screwed up on my order on this last go around with this knife. And I just felt so good about the company, I decided I was going to buy something else from them. And hey, Finch was on my list. I have a list of companies that I want to try to get at least one knife from. And so they had them. I mean, that's one of their brands that they're that they stock, and they have quite a good variety of them. They're usually coming out with them when they come up, the newest ones. I'm not much of the newest one kind of guy. Every once in a while I am. But I was looking at the Finches. Big part of the issue I've had with Finch knives is they're kind of small for me. They're not a bad size at all. And I'll show you this knife in a second. This is one of the larger of the ones that I saw there. And the one I got is the Voodoo Hellfire Voodoo. And yeah, I was checking it out, and this one definitely spoke to me. So let's get it out. Okay, so we got these stickers from Traditional Pocket Knives. It's a classic one, and I love this one. This one just so very much resonates. It says, the wife says, "How many more pocket knives are you going to buy?" Question mark, exclamation point. And the guy says, "I'm only going to buy a few more, I promise." And then down here you see what happened. Traditional Pocket Knives. Huge pile of cool knives. And that's pretty much my life. And that's pretty much the conversations with my girlfriend. Although she is very cool. I've spoken of her many times, and I appreciate her so much. I've seen this sticker so many times, like Big Red EDC. He's a big fan. There's a lot of people that have huge Finch collections. I see the sticker so many times, and I definitely wanted to get one, and I'm super happy to have one. I have had this one and carried it a few days. So I was flipping the Finch for a couple of days now. Here's our little card with the warranty information. Got the Band-Aid. That's a typical thing that I've seen with them. Not personally, but on videos. And there you go. There's the sticker for this knife, the Hellfire. It's a very cool sticker, very cool name. I do like the name, but I like the knife, especially. So it comes in this nice, foam size cutout for the knife itself. And here's the knife. And let's flick it out. Because we got a fuller. We get that thing flicking. It's kind of a Warren Cliffy, kind of sheep's footy blade. And it is very slicey and very cool. It says Finch on one side. The other side says Hellfire. I don't know if I can get it to focus that well. But it's Hellfire up here. And then the blade steel is 154 cm. Which is, I think, very good. Sorry about that. I had to make sure I kept my computer open. I use a spreadsheet. I have to have that cheat sheet because my brain dysfunctions so much. Anyhow, I've checked these out at shows, definitely. I've checked it out on lots of videos, definitely. They're very cool. And I've always liked them, but this is about as big as they get. This is like a 3-inch blade. Maybe they've had a few slightly bigger. but they also have them that are slightly smaller. Cool thing about them is they look a lot like a traditional knife. This guy has bone handle. That's one of the things I kind of was drawn to. They had a lot of different options coming from TPK, from traditional pocket knives. And I really liked this one because it had that bone handle. I don't really have anything. I have some bone handle slip joints, but nothing in a flipping, locking, modern, traditional, or modern, pocket knife type thing. It also, I definitely don't have any bone that's jigged. I have some saw cut bone. I got some just flat bone, but this is jigged and it's very, very cool. It's got that coat of arms sort of looking thing, and it does glow in the dark. You've all seen it before. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to show it, so I'm not going to take a lot of time with that. Stainless steel bolsters, and very robust. That's one of the things I've always kind of liked about them, is they're just well made for a smaller knife. Very thick here in the bolster area. It seems like it just is very solid. Flicks out really well. 3-inch knife. That's definitely in the ballpark. I'm usually 3 1/4, on up. But this is in the ballpark for sure. And I love the blade shape. So I also like this handle, and that's something that kind of spoke to me. So I was kind of, as usual, I'm looking at knives in my collection, similar knives. I don't have a lot of this size, but I do have this Asher Picket. Funny story, in my spreadsheet, I was calling it, what was it called? Something else. And I was like looking it up online, and I'm going, that's not that knife. And it's actually the Picket is what it is. So this looks very much like a slip jointy kind of size, and it's very close to that same size knife, blade, and handle. This one actually got one from Bee's Blades, and it wasn't me. It was actually my girlfriend that won this one. But she wanted the stickers and all that swag stuff, and she said, yeah, you can have this knife. Didn't quite speak to her. I love Asher knives, and I have the Nomad 3.0, very cool knife. And now I got this one here as well, but it's a very cool knife, and it fits right in that same size range. And then the other one would be the one that I just bought, which is the Lush, and I just did a video on this one. So again, same thing, and I kind of had that same feel with this one, because it does have those bolsters, and it does have this, I guess, this bolster back here too. They both also have that bolster lock, this one and this one, which is I really like that that type of lock. Get those guys in there. So what happens is you don't have to worry about having your fingers on the clip, so that you're not putting pressure on the lock bar, and yet you get a nice solid lockup. You can see how thick that piece is, but it's still early enough, so it's a good lockup, but it's not too late. Got some nice jimping on this one. Good fuller. At this size, it's a little bit difficult for me. I have to kind of adjust myself and get it just in the right place to be able to. So I have to kind of adjust it in my hand. Once I do, I don't really have a problem. Of course, I'm showing myself to have a problem under the camera. That's a normal thing. But in general, it's very satisfying. It flicks really well. But if you don't like the fuller, or it's too hard to deal with, you also have that flipper. And I think that I've seen a couple of them with this kind of very squared off kind of flipper. This one has a lot of jimping, but it's not super grabby. But it does work well. It sticks out well enough, but not so far that that's crazy and in your way. So it's a very cool design. Finch has always had really good designs, and I could see why people collect them. Another thing I did like about this knife is the handle shape, and you can see how it kind of tapers out and gets wider towards the end. That's something that Tim was just talking about on Tim's School of Fish. he was showing a knife that did not have that, but he was saying, yeah, he likes that kind of handle because it makes you really feel like it's not going to slip out. Obviously, you're not going to slip up on the blade because you got the little flipper tab there and a little bit of a place for your finger to rest and not slide up, a little bit of a guard kind of look to it. But this is a cool shape. I never really realized how much I liked that shape until I picked up a Strider. I mean, that's that very, very classic Strider kind of shape. Obviously a bigger knife, but this is maybe a little bit more exaggerated because it really flares out. But I didn't realize how ergonomic that was until I got this knife. And so it really is now very appealing to me. There was another knife that I had already, and as I was looking through my knives, I saw, oh yeah, that also does have the flare. This is a Tucson. This is the, gotta get the number right, TS223 in M390. Very cool knife, and it also feels very good in the hand. Great ergos. So both of these knives have that, even though they're bigger knives, they definitely have that shape. And then these knives here have that same size and kind of traditional kind of feel to them. So, you know, my collection, I tend to be kind of eclectic. I don't like to just stick with one style of knife over and over again. I like to try different things. And but there are themes. There are things that I do go back to and back to and back to. So you can kind of see that here. So anyway, I'm excited about this this Finch and all of the jigged handle material. Very cool. This is, I think I said it's a 154 cm blade. Another thing, you know, because I've been buying so many knives lately. In fact, after I got this knife, I was going to take a break, but then I decided I want to get another knife from Traditional Pocket Knives, and the price was good on this one too. This is only $139. Not exactly a budget, but the quality is high enough that it is definitely worth that price, I feel. I think that's a good price for this knife. I do have another one coming. There'll be another story, another explanation as to why I ended up buying more knives. You hear about that, but hopefully for a couple weeks, at least till the next paycheck, I'll be sitting on what I got. I might go back to some of the things in my collection. I got some ideas. I'm gonna keep doing the videos. You know, it doesn't always have to be the latest thing that I bought. We can always go back and look at like little subsections of the collection and things like that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna get out of here. It's a weekday night, but I wanted to definitely show this guy off before the weekend came. That giveaway that I'm doing, look for that video a couple back where I was showing all the stuff. But as far as the picker video, that'll be probably Sunday, most likely Sunday. You don't have to be, it's not like live, so you don't have to be there to, you know, right when I do it. You just need to kind of keep an eye out for it so that if your name gets picked, you send me an email. And we'll talk about that when we do that video. So, all right, guys, looking forward to that. Looking forward to buying more knives. And I'm pretty sure you guys are too. I will see you on the next one. Bye.